Good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's one of the basic necessities of life, something none of us can live without: clean water. Most of us in the U.S. take it for granted, but not the millions who are living without clean running water right here at home. On this Earth Week, across our shows on ABC News, we bring you stories about the power of water. Here's ABC's John Quinones.
It's early July, and amid the dry, sweltering Texas summer, a lifeline for one small rural community just outside El Paso. Today, this home is getting a delivery of water, a scarce resource here in the town of Cochran.
Even though it's just to cleaning dishes, shower, restroom, something you need constantly.
Yesenia Garcia and her family have lived in this neighborhood for more than 20 years.
Cheers.
Relying on trucks like this one to deliver water to their home every 2 weeks.
The price has gone up. Before it was 70, then 75. Right now it's up to 85.
It's a costly and tedious process for the family who moved here to the U.S. from Juarez, Mexico, decades ago. Making matters worse is knowing that just a few blocks away, all the other homes have access to unlimited utility water.
Pues sí, eso nos preguntamos siempre, que por qué si alrededor hay agua, no tenerla. Inclusive vamos a Juárez, ¿verdad? Y en las colonias más apartadas tienen agua y nosotros aquí no.
The Garcias are just one of nearly 24 families in the small Texas neighborhood that do not have access to safe, drinkable, running water.
Other people who live in the city do a few dishes and then they let the water go down. And over here, no, we have to wait until it looks kind of dirty so we can change the water because we don't have enough water.
It disappoints me from my city because we live here, we pay your taxes, yet you can't help us.
But the little community of Cochran and its residents are not alone. A report released last June found that about 2.2 million people across the United States lack access to running water or basic plumbing. 44 million more don't have access to clean water that's safe to drink.
I think when most Americans think about places without water, they think of some place so far away, and it's important for us to wake up and look in our own backyards and realize that these problems happen here at home too.
Among the places hardest hit are colonias, small, low-income, unincorporated subdivisions with a majority of Latino residents. They're located along the Texas-Mexico border, colonias like Cochran. But now, a glimmer of hope. The human rights nonprofit organization called DigDeep stepping in to help. It's funded in large part by grassroots donations from everyday people.
Agua es vida. Todos sabemos que esto es cierto. La gente de Cochran más que nadie. Hoy es el último día de una lucha que ha durado casi 30 años.
When it comes to funding, people are looked at as numbers and not necessarily as people. There wasn't enough numbers here to meet the criterions to qualify for funds. And so many of the doors got closed.
DigDeep has taken on the Herculean task of building water infrastructure, laying down more than 10,000 feet of piping to bring clean drinking water to each and every tap in Cochran. All in all, the project cost over $1 million. DigDeep has already made a world of difference in places like Central Appalachia and the Navajo Reservation.
Access to water is a human right because without it you can't live life, and you can't live life with dignity. And what is more essential than running clean, predictable water?
We usually use a lot of Clorox to do the dishes because sometimes, there might be some microbes or something within the water. So we try to disinfect.
For Cruz Cuellar, a cap or two of bleach while washing dishes goes a long way to protect her family of 12. They all live in this 5-bedroom home in Cochran. In the summer, she says, the heat causes mold to grow in the tank where she stores her water.
It has a certain smell. I don't want them, to get sick and then we end up in the hospital.
It's just one more thing to cope with when you don't have safe running water.
There's so many things that people right now are taking for granted. Sometimes we might have water, sometimes we don't.
In some ways, Cruz feels lucky. Hers is one of the few homes along the border colonias that has a jerry-rigged piping system. It allows water to flow from her tank into her home. But even with that, there are problems.
Right here, as you can see, it's kind of getting rusted, so it won't get that much water and then it burns out eventually. So sometimes it might take up particles of air from the pump to inside the house, so it's kind of dangerous, but I mean, we have to do. It's been a hard path that we have to go through. As a person, we don't deserve to be without, but yet it's a reality.
It's hard to have quick showers because, well, you want to go in and out, but since it's a little bit of pressure, it's impossible for you just to go in and out. And that's all the pressure we get.
No me explico por qué. ¿Por qué nos hicieron sufrir tanto tiempo? A mí me preocupaba también algo. No vaya a ser que un día se vaya, usted sabe, a prender alguna casa, empezar fuego y sin agua. ¿Cómo le hacíamos?
Worries like those have plagued Bertha Garcia and her family for years, so much so that she and her late husband, along with other members of the community, mobilized and protested, pleading with local officials for help.
Hacíamos inclusive marchas aquí en Agua Dulce, todo alrededor, pero nunca nos hicieron caso.
And moving, just picking up and leaving, just wasn't an option.
Everything's so expensive now. It would have to be maybe selling this home, but then again, I don't know if there's anybody willing to buy a house where there's no services.
Now, with DigDeep construction already underway on the new water main, Yesenia and her mother, like many of their neighbors, are looking forward to a new day.
Mi ilusión siempre ha sido tener mi lavadora.
Long showers, long baths. The kids, they're really excited for a pool. They're really excited just to get wet in the water holes. So, just let them waste water for once.
Esta es la masita con que se preparan los tamales.
The Garcia family is making tamales on this special day of celebración.
Vamos a celebrar este sueño que se nos ha hecho realidad después de tantos años, ¿verdad? De estar esperando este milagro.
For 2 weeks now, the Garcias and their neighbors have been able to relish in something that so many millions of us take for granted: unlimited, clean, running water. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars in water deliveries, they're now paying only a fraction of the cost in utility fees.
We're just really excited and thankful and joyful, and we're just happy, really happy.
Their bathroom now chock full of new bath products. They can finally enjoy long showers at full pressure.
Those are new things that we have. A little bit more luxury for us.
Una lavadora. ¡Ay! Mi sueño hecho realidad.
As for Bertha, well, she finally got her wish.
How do you think your husband would feel if he was here today?
Muy feliz de la vida. Él siempre tenía mucha fe y esperanza en que un día íbamos a tener agua corriendo y que esta comunidad, ¿verdad?, iba a crecer mucho y todo eso se está cumpliendo.
1, 2, 3.
Clean water and joy flowing abundantly now through Cochrane. A reminder to all of us that water truly is the stuff of life.
Honestly, I still can't believe it.
I think more than anything, water has brought peace, a sense of peace and tranquility to this community.